If someone handed me $50,000 today and said, build a software company from scratch, I would not do what most founders are doing. I wouldn't chase the hottest framework. I wouldn't hire a developer on Fiverr. I wouldn't run ads on day one. I would do three things: a clean architecture, embedded AI from day one, and a growth system that compounds, not bleeds. And in the next 8 minutes, I'm going to break down exactly what that looks like: the stack, the AI layer, the growth engine, because most of what you've been told about building in 2026 is already outdated. Stay till the end, because the growth loop section is where most founders leave serious money on the table. Let me be direct with you. The number one reason tech companies fail isn't the idea. It's not even the market. It's the architecture decisions made in month 1 that become impossible to undo by month 12. I've seen this firsthand, running Fitch Technologies in Dubai, building for clients across the GCC and Africa. A clinic comes to us with an app built by a cheap agency. Works fine for 200 users. Falls apart at 2,000. Rebuilding costs 3 times the original budget. Why? Because the foundation was wrong. Here's the pattern I see over and over. Founders pick tools based on what's trending on Twitter. They build features before they validate workflows. They bolt on AI as an afterthought when the product is already live. And then they wonder why scaling feels like pushing a boulder uphill. In 2026, the competitive gap isn't between founders who have AI and those who don't. Everyone has access to AI. The gap is between founders who architect for AI from day one and those who don't. So let's talk about what that actually looks like. When I say clean stack, I don't mean simple. I mean intentional. Here's the architecture I would use in 2026 for a scalable software product: Frontend, React, or Next.js. Not because it's the only option, because the talent pool is deep, the ecosystem is mature, and it renders fast. For mobile? React Native. 1 code base, 2 platforms. Backend, Node.js or Python FastAPI, depending on whether you're building API heavy or AI heavy. If AI is core to the product, and it should beat the Python wins. FastAPI is fast, typed, and plays perfectly with every major AI library. Database, PostgreSQL as the primary relational store. Redis for caching and session management. If you're building anything with document-heavy data or content, layer in MongoDB. Don't use one database to do everything. Design for workload. Infrastructure, start on AWS or GCP. Use containers from day one, Docker, Kubernetes when you scale. Do not build on a shared hosting environment in 2026. I don't care how cheap it is. You are building on sand. ERP CRM layer. If you're building for an enterprise or scaling client operations, Odoo. We use it at Fitch. It's modular, open source, and replaces 5 tools with 1. Most founders sleep on this. Now here's the critical point: this stack is not revolutionary. That's the point. Clean means proven. It means your next hire can onboard in 3 days, not 3 weeks. It means when something breaks at 2 a.m., and it will, you can find the answer on Stack Overflow. Boring architecture is a competitive advantage. Now this is where it gets interesting. Every founder I talk to says they are using AI. When I ask how, they say ChatGPT for content, maybe GitHub Copilot for code. That's not embedded AI. That's a productivity hack. Embedded AI means your product thinks. It means AI is inside the workflow, not beside it. Let me give you 3 concrete implementations. 1. Predictive logic. If you're building for any vertical that has repeat behavior, appointments, orders, demand, you can embed a prediction layer. We built this into ForecastIQ, our demand forecasting product. Instead of showing a user their sales history, the system tells them what to order next week. That's the difference between a dashboard and a decision engine. 2. Conversational interfaces. We built Amora, an AI receptionist for salons and spas. The AI doesn't just answer questions. It qualifies clients, books appointments, sends reminders, and follows up post-visit. What was for staff hours a day became 15 minutes of oversight. That's the value proposition. Not we use AI, but here's the specific workflow AI replaced. 3. Intelligent document processing. If you're in healthcare, logistics, real estate, you are drowning in PDFs, forms, contracts. An AI layer that reads, extracts, classifies, and routes documents is not a nice-to-have in 2026. It's a compliance and efficiency requirement. We're building this into Air EMR, our EMR system for UAE clinics, integrated with Nabbit and Malafi. The framework is simple. Find the highest friction, most repeated task in your user's workflow. That is where AI belongs. Not in a chatbot widget on your homepage. Inside the core loop. All right, architecture is set, AI is embedded. Now, how do you actually grow? Most founders think about this wrong. They think growth is a channel, SEO, paid ads, LinkedIn. Those are tactics. Growth is a system. And the best systems are loops, not funnels. Here's the growth loop I would build in 2026. Step 1. Content as the top of loop. Not random content. Targeted, keyword-engineered content that answers the exact questions your buyer is typing into Google and into AI search engines. In 2026, AEO, Answer Engine Optimization, is as important as SEO. If your content isn't structured to be cited by ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Google's AI overviews, you're invisible to a growing slice of your market. Step 2. Lead capture with intent signals. Not a generic subscribe to our newsletter. A specific resource, a calculator, an audit, a benchmark report that only a qualified buyer would want. When someone downloads your free website audit checklist for Dubai clinics, you know exactly who they are and what they need. Step 3. Automated nurture with personalization. This is where your CRM and AI layer connect. A sequence that adapts based on behavior, what pages they visited, what they downloaded, how long they spent on your pricing page. This is not complex to build. It is complex to think through. Do the thinking up front. Step 4. Paid amplification of what's already working. This is where I see the biggest waste. Founders run ads on cold audiences with untested messaging. The move in 2026 is to run ads on content that has already proven organic traction. Spend money amplifying signals, not creating them. Step 5. Referral and network loop. Build a mechanism, formal or informal, where satisfied users bring in the next user. In B2B, this is case studies and LinkedIn advocacy. In B2C, it's in-product referral credits. In enterprise, it's co-presenting at industry events. The loop closes when acquisition cost drops as you grow, not stays flat. That is a growth system, not a channel. A compounding loop. Here's what I want to leave you with. The tech founders who win in 2026 are not the ones with the biggest budget or the most features. They're the ones who made 3 good decisions early. They built on a foundation that could scale. They embedded intelligence where it matters. And they built a growth system that works while they sleep. I've spent 15 years in Dubai building tech products for clinics, for enterprises, for governments across Africa. The companies that scaled weren't the most innovative. They were the most architected. If you're building right now, or thinking about it, I want to help you get the foundation right before you go vertical. That's what we do at Fitch Technologies. Link is in the description. We offer a free technical architecture review for founders and business owners who are serious about building scalable software in 2026. If this video gave you one thing you're going to apply, drop it in the comments. I read every single one. And if you're not subscribed yet, this channel is where I break down real systems, real architecture, and real growth strategy. No fluff. No theory. Just what actually works. Subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.